Of really crazy weather from the sound of it. I am Chaos Axel, your host for this evening. Joining me tonight, we have Mr. Coltrane, as well as a newcomer, Arrow Undead. Cole, Arrow, how are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm
What about you, Arrow? How you doing?
really excited to be here. I've always wanted to cast a Scrim. I just hope I don't get blown away by the weather outside.
Yeah, be safe. But okay, Arrow, you may need to adjust your party settings.
Oh,
So if you go to the party settings, go to party and then go to the party settings, and then make sure that the allow your voice to be shared is on always allow. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. We can hear Arrow, but not Cole. Cole, make sure that. Okay, there we go. Uh... So okay, never mind. Arrow, you're good. Cole, come on, man. This ain't your first rodeo. Let's go.
Hey, let's do this. I'm ready.
I checked
Should be
my sound
fixed.
settings.
All right, so and it looks like both teams are indeed ready to get this rolling here, so we're gonna just go ahead and start it. All right,
Sweet.
so we're starting on Busan tonight, and it looks what just happened ice cold. Oh boy. Okay, while I attempt to figure out why I didn't see ice cold at the end there, Arrow, what do you think? What do you think Chug Life is gonna run here? Any early insights that you can imagine?
Well, always going against them. No bias, of course. Going to judge fairly. I hope we don't see Bastion on Busan. I really want Johnny to get in there with a sniping prowess and just have their aggression go whole on this point. I'm so excited to see them brawl. Something a little different.
There we go. Okay, got ice cold back, so we are good to go. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Bastion strats have always been Chug Life's bread and butter, and this is kind of the one that they were able to play it pretty effectively against us. So I am kind of hoping to, in a way, I'm hoping to see it, but I agree that a little bit of variance is always cool. I want to see what stuff Chug Life has been working on in this kind of off season that they're taking. And Cole, I know you said you were kind of perusing what the passive aggressive Raptors have to offer. What are you seeing, and what are you expecting to see from them tonight?
Well, from what I've looked at, obviously I've never watched them play before, but the starting six they have now seems like they have two tank mains with Juan and Psych or Sidoma, and then Safety and Not Lad usually play support, and then Alston and Ragnar usually play flex, not DPS but flex. So we could see some triple tanks, man, anything out of them. We could see 2-2-2 or
It's
looks
looking like we're gonna get
I don't know. We got triple
three,
support.
two, one. Okay, so three,
Yeah.
two, one with three healers coming in from the passive aggressive Raptors, and on the other side for Chug Life, we have a more. Actually, no, it's also a 3-2-1, but with three tanks. So two variations on 3-2-1 coming from the teams. It'll be interesting to see if the more heals or the more tank is going to... Oh, and as I say it, Ice Cold switches to May, ironically enough, so it's a 2-2-2.
I don't know about
Okay.
you, but I think May is definitely a tank in my eyes. Always will be.
All right, so here we go. First meeting of tonight between these two teams. Let's see what we're going to get here. So we see a Reaper kind of ghosting in, getting really aggressive up in Foxhound's face. Teams are kind of trading blows a little bit here. Nothing too instrumental just yet. And Arisa's got to watch that shield placement, though. So it looks like passive-aggressive Raptors kind of pincered around Chug Life a little bit. No picks, but nobody's on the point. Finally, passive-aggressive Raptors getting on it. So that means they're down a couple bodies in the team fight. Vinyl's going to get the remake dangerously there. Passive-aggressive Raptors take it early on here. Fight's
Looks
still
like
going on.
Johnny's trying to snipe away from his team to get some
Oop.
background picks. Oh,
Definitely, and Vinyl gets the first pick, but Sidomia immediately follows up with another one onto Artie's Mercy. Ice Cold gets a pick onto Austin's Reaper, and now it feels like Chug Life, the kills are slowly starting to trickle in their favor. Already an early Lucio ult coming in. Sidomio does kill Johnny Sniper's Widow. Oh, get out of here, Wall. Other than there's a couple stragglers, it's actually 3v3 on the point right now, so... Oh, nope, here comes Orisa, so maybe Diva Bomb coming in. Shield is up, doesn't...
oop.
I don't think the bomb got Vinyl got Sidomia out when they were out of mech. Austin is getting kills as the Reaper, though.
And keep in mind, even though they're let's like an evenly, well, they kept the point now, but that entire fight they were just getting that control point, like percentage. So like even though the Chug Life got on point and tried to contest, they still just kept pumping away percentage, like you see now.
Yeah, and so we see Johnny Sniper switching off the Widow onto the Soldier, so a much more balanced pick. And Chug Life is now kind of running their way up. That Moira is alone. Does get the Ghost out, but you gotta be... That was a very ballsy move there.
I love this over-aggressive Moira. I gotta point out, he was attacking
Hammer
Johnny.
comes down. Gets a couple. Bomb goes down. Bomb does get one, but we're trading 1 for 1 right now. Ults are flying, and right now it's definitely feeling like it is in the Raptors' favor. Couple of stragglers left over with the Mei and the ulting Mercy. May's going to cut off some, but they have a lot of movement to get over it. We're already 87% right now. Chug Life is going to get caught up in this choke, and unless they have somebody flanking it, I don't think they're going to be able to get to it.
No, the Diva's going to try to fly on point. Yeah, you can D-Mac right there.
Yep. And he is going to make it. Vinyl does make it, dies for it, but does get us into overtime. Here comes a Diva Bomb. Pick's already coming through for the Raptors. Bomb does kill Ice Cold's mate, and that will be it.
So something that really surprised me on that, as soon as both teams met each other first fight, like on the very first shots, Ice Cold left the game, by the way.
Oh crap!
As soon
as
they both started the fight, the Lucio, who is safety, fell right off to the low ground by himself. So essentially, for the first 10 seconds, that was a 5-on-6 fight. Chug should have won.
Yeah. There was some disparity that Chug potentially could have taken advantage of, and I don't see him online even. So
I hope he's not having really bad connectivity issues tonight. That's a bad disadvantage for them.
Yeah, definitely, it hurts him. Well, he should be able to join whenever he's back online, but we may need to see what else Chug Life has in their back pocket if he's not able to join. But they are going to persevere here. Going
also,
with
no
a
changes
2-2-1.
No changes from the Raptors. They got the same comp.
Alright, and both teams kind of on opposite sides of this guardway. You see Moira and Reaper kind of flanking around now. Chug Life is going to get pincered. Reaper ghosting in, being very aggressive with that ghost ability. Once again, teams are prioritizing fighting over actually getting the point, which not my thing. No, that's a lie. I love fighting people, but probably shouldn't.
Well, you could have you could have a Lucio right here, just take the point, you'd already be up to 10%.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So now they finally send somebody back there, the Lucio, like you suggested. Chug Life is putting up a valiant effort despite being a man down right now.
They're putting up a good fight. I mean, if they stay organized...
Diva Bomb, Reaper ult.
That's 3 ults for the Raptors.
Yep, they ulted out really hard there. They did win the fight, but hopefully that's not going to bite them in the future when Chug Life has an ult advantage. Yeah, I still don't even see him. Oh boy. Maybe. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's coming back now. So there's still plenty of time for Chug Life to be able to turn this around.
I'm curious if they push in now or they wait on him. Honestly, looks like they're gonna push in.
They just need to keep that focus and stay together, and I think they could definitely turn around. I know these guys are really good at what they do.
Coming in. Okay, so one pick onto Johnny already. Ice Cold picks up the Junkrat as he gets into the game. See a D-Mech coming through. That's it. No hammer, no shield, only swing. Ryan's kind of duking it out, but yeah, valiant effort, not going to be enough at the end of the day. We see some switches just kind of flipping through pretty rapidly. Mrs. Artemis is now has been on to the Diva now, and Vinyl switched over to Brigitte. So trying to say actual names on stream.
Here's something interesting. Johnny went to Pharaoh, and the Raptors do not have a hit scan.
That's very true. That is a great pick right now.
So, I mean, the tanks are the best shots at getting that far right now.
Ooh, good charge. Ice Cold's out again. Oh boy. Diva Bomb coming in. Artie was not able to get away. They did kill the Diva in that at least. Here comes a hammer. Does get at least one there, but the boop's gonna actually push him away from the beat. And we're at 90% again, so I hear point percentage happening though, so
Oh, we got healers. Oh, I thought that was
Close
That's
sneak
actually
there
fun.
from the Pharah. That was a good attempt by Johnny to capture it in the back there, but unfortunately, I think that is going to be it, and we're going to have to give map 1 away to the passive-aggressive Raptors.
That was really interesting. I know Chug switched a lot of things up, but the Raptors stuck with what they had. They pretty much dominated with it. They didn't make a single switch.
And Sidomia's Diva ending up getting the play here. The Diva bomb.
Yep. Frankie was so rough on them. I feel so bad when that happens.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That never feels good to have somebody drop out mid-game. But, okay. All right. Well, I will be talking to Artie and seeing what we can do as far as their missing team member. We'll see. That is still just a map down. If they can get a body in here to be able to play with them, there's nothing saying the Chug Life can't bring this back. But so for analysis of that, Cole, let's start with you. So for the Raptors, what did you like from what they did, and what do you think that they can? What do you think they might need to change to make sure that they keep winning?
Well, obviously what they did worked, the triple support, double tank, 1 DPS. They kind of stuck it with like more of like a brawler comp. Like, all right, we're gonna take the point with Orisa, Diva, Reaper. You guys come to us. It worked really well. Chug wasn't able to counter it. I think if they have to make switches, it'll be if Chug stays with that, like set for example a Pharah, or if they stay with something more long range, because they don't have anything to counter long range other than Reaper teleporting back there. Then that leaves everybody else vulnerable. So right now it's working well now, but if Chug switches it up and gets something going, then they could be in trouble.
Okay. And so now Arrow, granted with the limited play because they were down a body, what were things that you liked from Chug Life? What are things that you think that they might need to change to give them an advantage in the next map?
I really like them right off the rip having Johnny go off by himself, seeing what picks they can start to initiate to get on the point. I really wish in that first round, once there was so much pressure on that first choke, that they should just went around. But they stayed together for the most part of the thing. That's really hard for most teams to do, is just to stay together and keep that focus.
Yeah, definitely. And okay, there's another person for the Raptors, so I'm going to swap over to spectator really quick here. Okay, so yeah, well, right now I'm just going to kind of consider this a little bit of a longer-term break until we can make sure that we get Chug Live's roster sorted out one way or another here. Okay, so let's see here. So we have Jeremy and Austin. So our two... Hold on here. So let me... So Sidomia out to spec, and we're trading him for Jeremy to red team, and then we are trading AJ for Austin. So Austin out, AJ in, and I gotta change these guys to spec red only. Okay. All right. So anybody want to tell me what the next map is and save me the trouble?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I was actually looking that up.
It is Volskaya.
Volskaya.
All right, Volskaya, they said. So we'll go ahead.
So
and
I'm gonna make a little prediction here, just by basing it off of what I'm looking at while you're setting things up. So the passive aggressors or Raptors, last match they had 2 support mains, 2 tank mains, and 2 flexes. And with those subs they just made, they still have 2 support mains, and they still have 2 tank mains, but now they have 1 solid DPS that just plays DPS and 1 flex. So I would be surprised if they go with more of a standard 2-2-2 here rather than the 3-2-1.
Okay. That's a pretty fair prediction, I'd say. So now I'm going to ask a loaded question for both of you. We'll start with Arrow. What strategies do you want to see tonight? I know you kind of said that you don't want Chug Life to run the Bastion strat, but what do you want Chug Life to show us here?
Well, I just know, because I've seen Volskaya, like, I know that's a really good map for them, and especially for Teleport Bastion. I love Artemis on Symmetra. Like, I'm not going to lie, even though it's a Bastion comp. We've seen it many times before. I hope that they match the Raptors brawl style. They need to get a Brig in there, push it forward, get some of that aggression in there, and match up with the PA Raptors.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, we saw at the end there, despite being a body down, Vinyl did switch over to Brigitte, so that could be a viable brawl comp that we could see from Chug Life. And and for the Raptors, we kind of already had a strat prediction of the 2-2-2. So I do think that, so something to consider is that since the Raptors aren't part of the normal Bronze Tacos Discord, they might not really be studied up on the Chug Life's classic strategies. So although it might be, kind of a strategy that everybody in the Discord has seen a couple times, maybe the Quantum Creep could see a comeback against a team that might not be ready for it. I mean, they're running a Reaper, but I don't know if that'll be enough.
Well, you're absolutely right, Cass. And the thing is, teams that have played them in the past and know them still studied and still lost against that Bastion Sim strat. So I mean, if teams that already knew about it lost to it, what's a team that's never going to see it before going to happen? I'm not saying they're going to lose, but there's a less likely chance of them winning rather than somebody that knows it, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that you don't expect not knowing it.
Yeah, it all matters how much focus your team has and like your synergy against that. The quick shot calling and all that is the most accountable thing.
Yeah, and I think that Bastion Simstrat would work perfect if they got like a high ground somewhere, like on Volskaya, where they couldn't get them because, like I said, the Raptors, if they stuck with the same comp, they're not going to have any high ground presence other than the Reaper teleporting. So, I mean, they could absolutely mow everybody down. It could be crazy.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple of good jumping points that you can. There's like that main building that's like kind of in front of the doorway there behind that truck, and then there's that other raised platform kind of in the back corner there that Chug Life can kind of hop back and forth if they're going to use the Quantum Creep strategy.
Or if they're attacking, they can just teleport left and go up that left ramp, and then you're set up on point.
Sure. Yeah, definitely, and that's something I feel like we've seen them do before. So, absolutely a feasible thing for them to do.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that if Ice comes back, I from what I was looking at him, he may have been lagging a bit the first match even they were playing in.
Oh, sure.
Even though they had a 6 in, I mean somebody was lagging. You're playing with 5.5 people, so that might have been a reason why they might have not been quite as on point as they've been in the past.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking through, seeing if there's anybody else that we can drag into this. So, apologies for the extended break right now. Right now, we are just kind of waiting to get an extra body onto Chug Life. We're having some connection issues for one of their members right now, so we're getting that sorted out. I appreciate the chat's patience. So we're gonna go ahead and do a shameless Discord plug to kill time. For those of you who are watching who don't know who we are or what we do, we are the Bronze Tacos Discord server. We are an 18-plus non-toxic... somebody else left. Non-toxic Discord. We have an internal league system. You're seeing a couple of teams, one of which is taking a break from this season, and one from outside of our Discord that are playing tonight. Our next season starts up in April, and right now we're just in preseason, kind of all flexing a little bit on each other. We also run weekly scrims, as well as maintain our own Facebook page. So if you're interested in either joining the Discord or the Facebook page, I'm sure one of my absolutely wonderful mods would be more than happy to post the links in the Twitch chat for our Discord and Facebook page. But okay then. So shameless plug aside, we're gonna turn this into a mini taco talk. What do we think about Baptiste?
Baptiste, I think. Get ready for the bunker comps.
I was going to say, unpopular opinion, he's garbage and we don't need him.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Give me my Mercy multi-res back! You're going to give me the frickin' invulnerability field. Give me Mercy's multi-res.
Get the staff out of here. It's time to put the new Saiyan in. You can't tell me this guy doesn't look like a Super Saiyan.
As a Zarya main, I want to cry because every single grab I throw with the Baptiste is just going to get countered with the field, and it's useless.
I feel
it's just
like
gonna take a little coordination.
the immortality field is just it's going to be so silly. 'Cause at least in the well, okay, let me rephrase that. It's going to be silly in teams until teams actually realize they need to take a minute to blow the little drone thingy up. Because I haven't watched a lot of play on him. Can that just be like if I like barraged onto it? Doesn't that just blow the drone up?
Yeah, all you gotta do is shoot it. It has like next to no health. It's like it has
Okay,
the
that's
same
about
health,
what I
if not,
figured.
it has the same health, if not less than a symmetric turret.
Okay, so that makes that a little bit more balanced, I guess, but it's still gonna throw a lot of things out of whack because if you can time that right to get it just at the point of contact for like a Junkrat tire or I'm trying to think of other like Instagib ones like or you could potentially save it from
Frankie's back.
oh is Frankie is back. Okay.
He
So
did not blow the popsicle stand.
I know they also said that Taco Zella was getting online, so I'm gonna see if they want to wait for Taco Zella to get online. Um, if not, we might just start it up as is, because I'm assuming at this point that we are absolutely ready to go for the Raptors. Let's see here. But yeah, so what about the other changes in the patches upcoming here? What do you guys like, or what do you think is unnecessary?
Well, the thing is, I mean, we could sit here and talk about the 20 different buffs and nerfs they have, but the thing is, it's so hard to determine what the new meta or what the new metas plural is going to be because it's like, you're adjusting 20 different characters and you're trying to tweak and find what fits perfect. And right now, everybody's thinking it's going to be bunker comps with a little bit of goats, but I
Mhm.
mean, you're not going to know until everything goes live.
That is true. I mean, right now it is all purely speculation, but yeah, it's really hard to say. I do think that
Yeah.
I would like if DPS were more viable right now, or Goats was less viable, I should say. Then I feel like Baptiste would honestly fall to the wayside because if you have a soldier, a widow, a Hanzo, or anything like that, they're just going to pick off the stupid drone, and he's
Sending
essentially
away.
just wasted a
Well,
cooldown.
the thing with Baptiste helps goats, but he helps counter goats even more, if that makes sense at all. Because his vulnerability field obviously helps goats because none of them die in that little field. But the thing is, goats is all about being aggressive and not staying still in one blob. You want to keep moving and get them. So if you put a field down, you guys are standing still. Great, you guys don't die, but you're just sitting there with 3 tanks and 3 supports and probably an open area.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
once
gonna
it's
say. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, I was finished. Sorry.
Um, I honestly think with what Axel said, this is going to be a bigger rise for Bastion. There's going to be so many more pocket comps. I'm not ready for it as a support main. I just don't want to run behind the corner now. I like what Baptiste is about to bring to the game. It's something new. It's something we haven't seen before.
Yeah. It also depends with the Bastion. I mean, obviously it depends on the map, depends on where you're at, this and that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The Bastion's going to be a lot bigger of a pick, not only with lower levels, but probably higher levels as well.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So it sounds like they're just kind of they want to try and roll again with Ice Cold. We're having some connection issues with Zella. Can either of you guys invite Taco Zella like to the game or to your group or anything like that? Because I've
Yeah,
been trying to invite him to group and I can't get him.
he's not. Let me look real quick. Oh, I see him. Let me send an invite.
I don't have a Matador. I would.
I just invited him. He's on PS4, but he's not on the Overwatch app. So let me see
Yeah,
if he gets on.
I see that. So I tried shooting him an invite to my group. Maybe it just doesn't like me today, which is not impossible, but
Well, unless his Overwatch is booting up, because sometimes they can take 2 or 3 minutes.
yeah. Okay,
Unfortunately.
so yeah, I just so Taco invited me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try and do the thing where I'm actually going to. Here you go, Cole. We're gonna make you owner this time. Bear
Okay.
with us just a second here, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and restart really quick to see if I can get this to work. Because sometimes that's all it